On the occasion of International Women's Day, let's celebrate the indomitable spirit of womanhood. We salute women for their immense strength, unending sacrifices and accomplishments. This week on Journey in the Life of an Indian, we explore the journey of two such inspiring women. Life has been a roller coaster ride for the feisty Shabnam Ramaswamy. She battled a troubled past to bring hope to the lives of many living in the backward area of Katna in West Bengal. She has been visually impaired since she was 6 years old. But that didn't deter Preeti Monga from living life queen size. This courageous woman challenged her disability to literally become the ray of light in the lives of other visually impaired people. "15-year-old Simi Khatoon has big dreams for her future. She tries to never miss a day at school because for many like Simi in this town of Katna, the school is a gateway to many possibilities.
This is a rural area and this is very much fortunate for us to have a English medium school like this, and we get to know many things from this school. Like we can do sports and arts, music, dance, and we can also learn English from here, and this also gives us a lot of opportunity.
Katna is in Murshidabad, one of India's poorest districts. It is home to endless paddy fields and the fiery and indomitable Shabnam Ramaswamy, the woman behind Katna's only English medium school, Jagriti Public School. Shabnam had the opportunity to get educated at some of the best schools in the country. But it was here in Katna, where she spent her vacations observing other children, that she started dreaming of her own little school.
It was here that the difference of the school that I went to and the school which this child or a village child in Katna went to, and there's no harm in going to a village school, but just the opportunities that I had, it started dawning on me that how unequal the opportunities are in India. The school in Katna, it used to have broken walls, just 2-3 rooms, teachers were never there. So all this started growing upon me, and like a dream, regularly it used to come that someday if I have money, I'm going to make a school just like a school I had.
But Shabnam's dream was put on hold when her parents arranged her marriage when she was still a minor.
As girls, most of us have learned from childhood, you know, all those अच्छी बातें जो होती है कि भाई just about tolerate things, you know. Someday you're going to see happiness, and happiness comes to those who can have the strength to bear with all this. To top it all, there was lots of just sheer physical abuse. बहुत मार पड़ती थी, and छोटी थी तो I didn't know so many things. I mean, I wasn't equipped for a home to have children. I had 6 children. 4, some were 2 or 1 were aborted at 7 months, 6 months, just used to be kicked around, bashed at, and out of the 6 children, 2 children have survived. One day when I was thrown out of the house, you know, with my son, my daughter wasn't given to me. And I thought that today I've been thrown out, I'm not going to beg him to allow me in, but just the road, the street which we see, many women at night, there are women like me who are on the night in the road, who've been abused, thrown out for no fault of theirs. I decided that day that the street is not going to be worse than this. At least I'll have a command over my body. I'll be able to decide what's best for my child, for myself, and I'm going to do it.
The incident was a catalyst in the transformation of Shabnam. Despite her lack of education, she landed a job and enrolled herself in night college.
I got a job as a receptionist in Marie Stoops clinic, abortion clinic. I was just school pass and I knew English and was presentable, so I got that job for 1200 rupees. Started attending night college, and I thought the easiest, I needed a graduation degree. I started learning to do drafting, technical drawings, because my ex-husband used to be in construction, so he used to do a lot of and interior designing. I didn't have what you call degrees, but I had all that is not taught in colleges and universities. The willpower I had, and kitna bhi gira do, I'll stand up. And kitna bhi lambai raat, there's going to be a morning. I knew that. वो तो गांठ बांध के रख दिया था.
Not only did she set up a successful construction and interior designing business, but gave it all up after a decade to work with Salam Balak Trust and help children in need, where life gave her another chance at love.
They gave me the chance to work with children in New Delhi railway station. And children who have somehow caught a train or somehow come to the capital of India, so many of them not knowing ki bhai, how they were arrived. Jugnu I met in 1990 in platform number 1. Kids came to me and said that Didi, one bearded fellow has come and he's inquiring about you. Over a period of 1 year, one got to know each other and know that, like-minded we were. Our worldview was same. Our attitude towards somebody who hasn't got opportunities in life. What should be our ravaiya, our attitude towards them. And for Jugnu, this story, because it was a story. As a journalist, he came to do a story. So this was the last story that he did.
Together, Shabnam and Jugnu Ramaswamy returned to Katna to change the face of this crime-ridden district through education, even at the risk to their own lives.
This road, the Badshahi road, was very famous for robbery. So people used to be tied up and robbed of everything. People were actually hired to kill us for 60,000. एक जुनून और जिद कि no, if we go back, it will be again we've let down ordinary people, and challenges वो देख लेंगे.
Life tried to knock Shabnam down again. When just days before the school's inauguration, Jugnu passed away.
So it was such a shock that as though it's excessive cold which just numbs your body. So it was like that. And I thought, now I have to take things in grip. And Jugnu wanted all this. So in memory of somebody, I can stop working, and in memory of somebody, I can carry forward. I had those two roads. So even though it was the less traveled road for me, still I chose this one.
Shabnam's joy for life and courage are contagious. Katna's Kantha, a 1400-strong women's cooperative and another of Shabnam's initiatives, is helping women get financially independent.
When we talk about empowerment, at the end of the day, empowerment is fine when the stomach is full. Otherwise, on an empty stomach, for me to just tell them all about women and her rights, it was quite difficult for me.
হয়তো কথা বেচু কোনোটা 1200-1000 টাকা করে পাই, ওইটাই আমার লাভ হচ্ছে, সংসার চলছে, কি জামা কাপড় ছেলে মেয়েদের কিনছি পরছি, কোনো বাজার আর সব কিছুই হচ্ছে, এটাই লাভ আমার অনেক কিছু।
Another one of Shabnam's novel ideas to bring in more money for the upliftment of women here in Katna are these homestays that are managed by women who have been deserted by their husbands.
कभी तो मिलेगा तो उसको बता सकूंगी मैं कि अरे you left this much, one has made it so big and he'll be damn proud. So I don't know, I don't believe beyond that, but life goes on, and this earth, I mean this universe, all of us, nobody is indispensable.
Grit and determination are what heroes are made of. And for people in Katna, that hero is Shabnam Ramaswamy. The colors of her life started fading away when she was only 6 years old. Ostracized by her classmates for being differently abled, Preeti Munga was thrown out of school when she was in class 8.
The new principal did not believe probably in having a blind child in the school. So she just chucked me out on the pretext that this girl is blind, please put her in a blind school. This school is not mine. That was the most traumatic, I think, time in my life, because that is the first time I realized that my visual impairment is really something terrible. You know, terrible is also a mild word. I remember I was really, lost, completely traumatized. I used to cry 24/7.
Deprived of a formal education, Preeti refused to give up. Listening to stories narrated by her mother, Preeti started learning how to type. She found light in this dark world by writing about her challenging experiences and their influence in her life. And this visually impaired woman went on to write an autobiography. The Other Senses is a courageous account of following one's dream no matter what the handicap.
Slowly and steadily, and it dawns upon people that okay, here I had a little bit of eyesight and there I had a little bit less and less and less and less, and then it was gone. But basically it is life experiences which are mentioned in there. If I may put it like this, that people with disabilities are also human beings. We have the similar feelings, similar kind of challenges apart from disability. No matter how many failures you have, how many issues you have, how many problems you have, the message is that okay, you fall down, sit down and cry for some time for it, and then you decide that okay, do I want my life to be like this, or is it possible for me to change?
Nomination of
Now, 55 years old, she is a successful entrepreneur, an independent woman playing the role of a mother, a sister, and a wife. For her, the ingredient to success was the constant love, support, and faith of her aging parents.
I never treated her like a handicapped child. समझाती थी इसको कि बेटे बहुत से लोगों के पास बहुत सी चीज़ें नहीं हैं, तो एक चीज़ नहीं है तो क्या हुआ, और चीज़ें हैं। आहिस्ता आहिस्ता सब सीखा इसने, खाना बनाना, करना, जो कहती थी उसको सिखाती थी मैं। कपड़े सब स्वेटर बुनना करना, इवन सुई लेके बैठ जाती थी कि आप एम्ब्रॉयडरी करते हो, मेरे से क्यों नहीं होती।
But there was another hurdle awaiting her. Preeti's first marriage turned sour. A mother of 2 children, she decided to become the bread earner of her broken family.
The day I got married, I realized that I had made the biggest mistake of my life. After that, I started to realize that either I should die, commit suicide. I did not have the courage to do that because by the time I had 2 children, a son and a daughter. So I knew that what I need to do is economic independence is the first thing I need to go after, because I cannot be a drag on my parents or my brother for the rest of their lives and for the rest of my life.
In between jobs and striving to bring up her children as a single mother, Preeti Monga met her second husband. A relationship that started at a small sales and marketing firm has blossomed into a 17-year-long journey of companionship.
It did happen that I asked him to get married. He was 10 years younger to me, and it was his first marriage, my second marriage. I had 2 grown-up children, almost 13 and 11, and I was blind on top of that. And I just simply asked him, I said, will you marry me? It took him 22 days, I still remember, to actually say yes and agree to the proposition.
Along with her husband and brother, Preeti decided to work for people with disabilities. And so was formed Silver Linings, an HR and recruiting firm that helps differently abled individuals find jobs in MNCs.
People with disabilities do not find employment in the corporate sector because there's no reservation and there's nobody is forcing anybody to employ them, and people don't have confidence. And specifically, people with visual impairment are the hardest hit in this kind of a thing. I'm out and about to develop that confidence in the corporate sector, and I've almost met with over 350 companies, their HR heads.
Breaking the inhibitions that many individuals with disability live with, Preeti decided to motivate and inspire them to pursue their passion.
Public अपनी कमियों को छुपाने के लिए दूसरों की वो तो ब्लाइंड है, उसका तो हाथ खराब है.
With her own story as an outstanding example, Preeti holds monthly training sessions for thousands in a bid to ensure that they are not deprived of a fulfilling life.
मैम के विचारों से मैं बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ. हमें अपनी सोच सबसे पहले पॉजिटिव रखनी चाहिए और हमें ज़िंदगी में हिम्मत नहीं हारना चाहिए.
ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा हमें प्रेरणा देती है, क्योंकि मैम यदि 8वीं में उन्हें निकाल दी, स्कूल से निकाल दी, यदि वो वहीं बैठ जाती तो आज ये कुछ नहीं कर पाती और ना हम जैसे को मोटिवेट कर पाती.
Apart from reaching out to people in urban areas, Preeti also makes visits to villages to sensitize people about eye care.
मोतियाबिंद से डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो मोतियाबिंद.
While working as a secretary of All India Confederation of the Blind, Preeti has spearheaded a movement through which villagers can get treated in hospitals for eye ailments. She also provides vocational training to visually impaired individuals so they can earn a living.
Almost 70% of blindness in India is due to cataracts which are not cured and which are not detected and which are not operated upon. And some of them are beyond, because they have been delayed to such an extent, you cannot do any more surgeries or anything to help the cataract patients to see again. So therefore we hold camps and eye checkups, and we have tie-ups with various hospitals and to do the cataract surgeries.
A woman of substance who is trying to make a difference in the lives of the differently abled, Preeti Monga is an avid reader and writer. In her free time, she likes to cook and engage in a session of knitting. Weaving dreams for thousands, she is leading a life of fulfillment and happiness. And that is what she wants, to pass on to the world. with an aim to create an environment that removes the unsaid barriers between disabled and non-disabled individuals. Preeti has rolled out a unique program called Fusion.
Disability is only one or two. Once the abilities can be highlighted and there's friendship that develops between the able and the disabled world, I think a lot of problems of mainstreaming and inclusion will just vanish. And I think Fusion is one effort that I'm making. I've just launched Fusion to bring non-disabled and disabled onto one single platform.
Having overcome many obstacles to emerge a winner, Preeti Monga is a living example of immense grit, determination and compassion. With a vision to touch the lives of many, she stays determined to make a difference at every step she takes.
My mission and passion is to have every disabled person in our country be able to earn something and become self-reliant. And especially for disabled women, they sometimes do get good jobs, but they are not able to take those jobs because there are no places for them to stay and live in a safe environment. So my dream is to construct a hostel or apartments where they can live and work near their workplaces. And I think that will be just the most wonderful thing that I can help do.